Man, so it was like Squanch Games, like always a dream of yours, because you work in so many creative visual mediums already. Like why punish yourself by like adding like another thing on top of that?
Oh man, I know. It was sort of it was in between seasons 2 and 3 of Rick and Morty, and I had gotten a vibe early from Chet. I don't know if you know Chet Falasek, who used to be over at Valve. Yeah. And he got me a vibe early and introduced me to all these amazing people. He introduced me to like the guys over at Alchemy, Alex Schwartz, and like got just a ton of people that were making VR at the time. It was the forefront of VR. And that's how, by the way, through Chet is how the Rick and Morty VR game came to be, because I met those guys through Chet and like hit it off, and we were like, let's do something. And they pitched an idea, and I was like, that sounds amazing. And we flew to Atlanta and pitched Lazo on it, and now it's on PlayStation 4, and it's just crazy.
I reviewed it.
Yeah, it's a good game. I'm very proud of it. I was like,
it got a good score.
So yeah, it was like, Chet gave me that kit, and I spent the break in between season 2 and 3 just playing everything I get my hands on, reaching out to every developer that I'd reach out to Chet and say, who's making cool stuff right now? And he'd connect me with all these people, and I'd just start a dialogue with them. And like, if you have an early build or a demo, I'm learning and I'm playing. It's this weird hybrid of, I'm a fan, I'm a consumer, but I want to make stuff. I don't have the means to, so all my design is on the page. And then that sort of just built into like, I need to make stuff. And then it was like, okay, I need to partner with I need a partner who knows how to fucking make games. And that's where Tanya came in. But before that, I never really thought I'm gonna make video games. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it never even dawned on me that I think mainly because I just saw it as such an unreachable that's not a reality that I could achieve. You know what I mean? And then I think it was sort of this just absolute unbridled obsession with VR and passion, and the need to try to push the medium.
Yeah.
Can I help this fucking hardware if it needs it? I don't know. At the time I was like, I don't know, maybe it doesn't need it, but if it does, I want to do everything in my power to try to help push this medium, because it's so revolutionary and just amazing and magical. But
does that mean you're just gonna focus on VR? Like that's what inspires you?
So it's funny because VR is what sort of got me thinking about it, and then build a studio, right? Start making a game, and then it's like you start realizing, oh, I have a video game studio now. Like now it's actually possible to make games. So then your creative mind starts to go, you start thinking about stuff you never would have thought about before that. It's like it's weird how the human brain is. It's like if you don't think it's even possible, you don't think about it. But now that I have a studio, it's like, oh my God, we could just make anything. That's not to say that I would abandon VR as a medium. I think VR has so much to offer, and I think it's going to grow.
But there's enough room in your heart for other things.
Oh yeah, I mean now that we have a game studio with amazing people, it's like, yeah, you can bet your ass we're thinking about like, okay, well, what about a fucking cool first-person shooter, or what about it? And not even like what would my version of that be, right? It's not going to be Call of Duty, that's for sure. Not that those are bad games. It's going to be
more Battlefield.
Yeah, it'll be Battlefield. Oh my God. No, I mean, it would be like a crazy, comedic sci-fi adventure game, right? It would be more narrative driven and like, But I mean, thinking about that kind of stuff gets me excited. It's like, wow, we could actually. I mean, some of the stuff that the team has made is along the path of their careers is just like, wow, we've got all these amazing people, we can make anything. So and that's part of the reason why we decided to do a dual SKU for Trover. Like, it's both VR and traditional. And like what's crazy to me about that is that the end result, if you don't have PSVR, right, and you buy the game and you play it on your TV, it's such a weird fucking game in the best way. it's the kind of game that nobody would have ever, in their right mind, would have ever thought to make unless VR was a component. Because ultimately, we ported it over and we started tweaking. I was like, how are we gonna do this, right? Like, and we started prototyping all these things and figuring all this stuff out. And ultimately, what we realized, what we created was what I think might be the world's first ever first person, third person. Wait, what is it? It's it's the world's ever first person, third person action comedy adventure that's a co-op game with yourself.
It's like if
it's a co-op game with yourself, but it's first person. So when you play it on a traditional TV screen, it's a first-person game. Make no mistake. You see your hands. You look. There's your bodies there. You're holding a controller, not a gun, but you know, you are there. You know, you're seeing it through the eyes of this weird Cheropian. But then you're controlling a third-person character. So it's a co-op game with yourself. That's both first and third person, and you do get abilities that are, you know, your first person abilities, and then Trover gets abilities that are his third person ability. It's a fucking bizarre concept. And it's like, we're thinking about it in the studio, we were talking about it just last week, we're like, who would have ever thought to make a game like this that's a first person, third person co-op game? And by the way, there might be something out there, because I haven't played every game in existence, despite being a pretty fucking big, passionate gamer. But like, it's just such a weird fucking concept. And then we're playing it, and it plays really good. We're like, just imagine if there was never a VR component, how weird this, like, or not weird, but just how...
Like, it wouldn't necessarily come to mind or something
yeah,
like
it's
that.
like you would never
think
think
to put that perspective
yeah,
in.
exactly. You would never think to do... Nobody's gonna think to... I shouldn't say that, because there's so many creative people out there, but like, yeah, it's like, who would think just casually to do that, you know? But it's great that it plays as good as it does on traditional. It's like, we're thrilled, because like, obviously that opens the door for so many more people to play the game, you know, that don't have VR.